Tate at the top has not been targeted so far today. 3rd and 6. And a catch for the touchdown. Calvin Johnson. Right between Fuller and Vereen.
Low snap. Prescott in trouble. Still up. What a touchdown run by Dak Prescott. What a play by Dak Prescott. Again, showing his abilities, the strength in which he can run.
Pat McAfee rolling out, looking to throw, and he does complete to the tight end. It is Eric Swope inside the 10-yard line for the first down. So Pat McAfee, few tricks up his sleeve.
Now it's played indoors, passing game, and no defense.
Sanders. He is gone.
Watch him, he won't celebrate either. Well, maybe a little celebration.
Another blitz over the middle. He's intercepted. Teddy Bruschi. Bruschi, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
14th play of this drive. And a 1st and goal. And it's Cam Newton tumbling in for another touchdown. The first offensive touchdown of this game.
Touchdown to Carter.
I think he ended up getting it with the one hand. It started out with a two-hand and then looked like it ended up as a one-handed catch.
Cunningham. Another spectacular catch by Chris Carter in the end zone. And it's a touchdown. You get both feet down?
He sure did.
From the 22, 2nd down and 8. Romo going for Owens. T.O. has the touchdown on Thanksgiving Day. Back some memories. We want to run down those Detroit Lions who've been so honored. Colquitt to Martin. 25, 30, 40. One man to beat the punter, and Robbie Martin's all the way for a touchdown.
Play clock at 2. Only a 3-man rush. And then it's intercepted at the 50-yard line by Richard Sherman. Hawks are giving him that short stuff. And Kaepernick is intercepted at the 31. Sherman does it again.
He knows he needs to bring a positive energy to this group. Ryan trying to take the check down and got intercepted by Shy Tuttle. The rookie out of Tennessee. Stiff arms Ryan, flag down as he's down inside the 20. Adding injury to the insult.
Kitna throws and hits Roy Williams. What a conversion. Down inside the 15. Ball comes out, and they're saying that it belongs to New Orleans. That ball never hit the ground, and Jenkins just ripped it out. Breeze pumps and now goes deep. Meacham looking for their 4th straight win. The Super Bowl champion Saints. Breeze, end zone, more touchdown.
What we got back there.
Now they run a reverse to Tony Hill, who's going to throw a pass to Cosby. And he's wide open. He's got to wait for it. And they're inside the 5.
28-yard line. Josh under center. And a little flip. They're going around. End around. They're going to throw it. John Brown trying to fire it downfield. He's got Singletary. He's got the catch. He makes the catch. Touchdown. Touchdown. John Brown to motor. Devin Singletary. Touchdown Buffalo. Unbelievable.
Still out with a concussion, and he's a good one. Oh, a little trickery. It's coming back. Stafford down the field. Wide open. Hawkinson. Down to the 16. 51 yards on the completion to the 2nd-year tight end out of Iowa. 4th and 8. McMahon. Scrambling, firing. Touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
This guy's something. This is unbelievable.
15-yard run from Julius Jones. He took a knee to his left knee. And they hand off to Jones here. Julius Jones! Happy Thanksgiving, Jones family. Julius has a touchdown.
The Washington half of the field. Have to get to the 35 to convert. Swing it out here. And it's picked off. Down the sideline goes Janoris Jenkins. He's inside the 10, and he will get into the end zone.
And the 4 and 6 Lions all tied at 16. Here comes Stafford. And he's picked off. And it's going the distance. Eddie Jackson, for the 5th time in his young career, has a touchdown.
Sanchez brings the team right back to the line, 1st and 10. End around to Brad Smith, running left to the 45. Finds a lane to the 50. There goes Brad Smith. Left sideline 40, 30. Down to the Bengals 20. At the 10. 5. Touchdown. A 53-yard touchdown run.
Petrie on the kickoff. Brad Smith on the return. Smith to midfield. Smith could go. And he will! Touchdown Jets, 90 yards!
Now we've opened it up to full throttle. Wow, is he smooth.
And he did it with one shoe.
And Lomax shifts back deep. No blitz coming this time, but a rush is coming. Lomax out of the pocket. He might have been over the line of scrimmage. Tilley made the leaping catch.
From the 17, Tom Brady begins this drive with a pass to the left side, and that's Vereen, and Vereen gets free down the sideline, and Vereen is inside the 30, and nobody's going to get him. And Brady, and he's going deep, and getting free is Edelman, and Edelman will go into the end zone again.
So far, Aikman again. This time he goes deep, and this time Patrick Jeffers is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Fiedler throws back of the end zone again. Caught. Touchdown. Chris Chambers.
1, 2.
Looks like they're in.
Plum sends Pat Studstill to the corner, then targets the tiny flanker for a touchdown, and the game is a 7-7 stalemate.
After the penalty, 2nd and 17.
And the fumble. And it's Bubba McDowell, and picked up by William Fuller for a touchdown.
He announced his retirement, but when he was trying to find a team, couldn't get anybody to call him back.
3rd down. And a pass taken by the Titans for a touchdown. Garrett back to throw it. Outside Emmitt Smith. Irvin's a blocker in front of him. Emmitt Smith going. Johnston got a block. Emmitt Smith finally taken down inside the 10. Second. And goal from the 19. That's Emmitt Smith. Touchdown.
It's 3rd down and 10 for Aaron Rodgers. A pump fake. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Has all day and airs it out for Driver. Downfield, and Donald Driver is down inside the 10. Got behind Marvin White.
Good protection going long for the tight end. Metzelars, touchdown.
Great catch by Pete, and perfectly thrown by Jim Kelly.
Avellini has got Peyton open, and Peyton's got it. Peyton's going to score. Walter Payton from Bob Avellini.
Well, years ago, we talked to Tom Moore, then at Indianapolis, the offensive coordinator. You got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose, and it's alive. And then going into the end zone is Steve Gregory.
Oh my! Vince Wilfork just threw Brandon Moore into Mark Sanchez, and it was the backside of Brandon Moore that knocked the ball out.
And Mike Carey just had it confirmed. It stands.
Wow. Passing. It's 2nd and goal for Indianapolis. looking for the quick strike and finding it.
Edgerrin James.
Again, a fake into the line. Manning throws. Touchdown. Touchdown, Brandon Stokely, his second of the quarter. Across the middle, it's the safety valve, and the man who's tearing him up, Brandon Stokely, makes the move, and Stokely is...
Puts in. He's definitely...
Body's over, touchdown.
Number 3 on the day.
I've learned my lesson.
Second down and 9. Passing it around, we got another target this time, it's Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison made such a beautiful move on the outside. Fernando Bryant had no chance.
Manning on second down, dumps it across the middle, looking for the end zone, and Marvin Harrison has it. Touchdown, Colts.
By this Colts offense, might give up many. Oh, wide open.
Number 6 for Peyton Manning. Marvin Harrison for the 3rd time today. He has tied his career high. Peyton Manning with 6 touchdown passes in a game.
That's what they're in now on 3rd and 16. Just the 4 down linemen. Now they show blitz, but the Vikings managed to pick it up. Kramer for Carter. Kenny came up with the ball. Touchdown. What a catch.
And it has thrown the Cardinals off their game.
And Bolden has had 2 drops, including one in the end zone. Fitzgerald with a great catch inside the 10.
He just makes circus catch after circus catch.
Detroit's defense shut down Hall of Fame running backs Paul Hornung and Jim Taylor, then focused on the Packers' passing attack.
He sacked Bart Starr 11 times. Once for a fumble that turned into a touchdown, and once for safety.
The Lions coasted to a 26-14 win, handing the eventual world champions their only loss of the season.
Kind of Zeke-esque. Dalton throws down the sideline. He's got Cooper. Touchdown, Dallas.
On 2:30. Now the Cowboys. Bledsoe stepping up, and he's launching it. Terry Glenn, what a pass. Out of bounds at the Denver 30.
4 wide receivers this time for Minnesota. 3rd and 9. Cunningham back to throw it. With time. And the pass is caught by Chris Carter. And Carter heads for the end zone and scores. No flags this time.
Dennis Smith on a blitz. And then they throw right by him to Sanders on a screen. Touchdown! Oh my, Barry Sanders.
Leo Lewis through to the right, the give, Darren Nelson, and he breaks a tackle. He may go. Darren Nelson slipped through 2 tackles. He sidestepped the Cowboy, both to the end zone.
Play action from Romo. Over the middle, Glenn, touchdown. Quick throw, Terry Glenn, dives, touchdown, Dallas. Romo keeps it, flips it, touchdown Barber. Romo keeps it, looking for Owens, throws and hits Barber for the touchdown. And the throw, Owens into the end zone for the touchdown. That's his donation to the Salvation Army Red Kettle Drive. And Tony Romo with 5 touchdown passes today.
The sweep is probably the most fundamental play in football. It's always power. It often adds up to points. Lamar Lundy has his own interpretation of how it should work.
3rd down and 9. In to try to help protect the quarterback who launches. And oh, look at Roy Williams make a play. Roy Williams snags it out of the air as the ball was first tipped.
Protection, end zone pass is picked. Intercepted by Oruwariye. And that is number 5 on the year. As he serves up a Thanksgiving meal to his fellow defenders.
That turkey is warming, by the way. Here's Moon. Got a man wide open. Jake Reed. Touchdown, Minnesota from Moon.
I'll tell you, that was a perfect pass.
Can't stop the clock again.
You don't have to with him running with the football.
I think with 6 seconds left to go,
Evans will drop again. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go. Evans will go and will score. 17-16. Get a later flight. There have been 5 overtimes in the NFL this year. This makes number 6, Murray's kick. Fielded by Williams at the 5. Williams breaks out of the pack. Dave Williams to the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. They win it on the kickoff after overtime.
Where's number 11? Griffin keeps it. He's got him downfield. Robinson for the touchdown. No flags. RG3 threw it, and the Redskins are on top. Eagles NFL draft. Play action. Griffin over the middle. He's got Garcon. And Pierre Garcon has got room to go. Garcon, touchdown. No flags. First down and goal, a shot into the end zone. The pass is caught. Touchdown, Santana Moss. I don't know how much better Robert Griffin III could be in this half with where he's placed these throws.
Schaub goes for the long ball, looking down and knocked away. Then caught on the rebound by Johnson, who even hurdles over our man Pav on the sideline.
And I don't think they did take it seriously.
Banks blitzes. Smith gets the reception, gets a juke away from one man to the 10. Smith, touchdown.
Werfel dumps it off. It's picked off. Williams, touchdown. That's making the most of an opportunity.
Classy guy, though. Classy quarterback. Pitts throws back to Peyton. Peyton circles around to the outside. He'll have nothing doing now. They took the ball away from him. Detroit has it. Ed O'Neill, the linebacker. And he is throwing it back to Cunningham, the old flea picker. And open is Randy Moss, and in the end zone is a Minnesota touchdown.
Yep, you know they were going to do it. The fans knew they were going to do it. The Dallas Cowboys knew they were going to do it. You knew they were going to do it early.
Cunningham changing something. Back to throw it and going deep, and he's got Moss, and there's a flag on the play, and Moss has caught the pass, and it's in the end zone anyway. Touchdown. Just throw it as far as you can. Minnesota. It's Randy Moss breaks a tackle, and Randy Moss races down the sideline, and Randy Moss just outruns everybody into the end zone. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, 163 yards. 41 left in the first half. Harbaugh to throw it. Going deep, he's got a man open. Touchdown, Terry Obi.
He drew the coverage outside, then they just took Obi right to the post, and Jim Harbaugh threw a perfect pass.
Play action. Stewart with time. Pulls it down, eludes 3 in the backfield and throws, and it's complete. Blackwell, touchdown.
Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers have got a lot of good bounces today, and just put this one on top of the rest of them.
The bounces the ball has taken in this game have been amazing.
And he's picked. Look out. It's Terrence Newman. Terrence Newman's going to take it in for the touchdown.
To a much greater degree today. Aikman. Smith could be gone. Chased by Darrell Green. Still on his feet. Emmitt Smith. Touchdown.
Wilson is 5 of his first 8. Chased again. Avoids a sack. Now from behind, they can't get him. Throws on the run, caught by Moyaki, the tight end, and then he is able to race down the sideline and take the ball all the way to the 1-yard line. How did that happen?
On his roster.
On 3rd down and 2, Henson. That's picked off. McQuarters back the other way, and R.W. McQuarters with Henson in his way is able to get in for the touchdown.
Dallas from the 40. Again, working the short passes. There's Bailey. Bailey with no run
near him. Touchdown, Denver.
Comes down to this play from the 8-yard line, 4th and goal. Rodgers escaping to his left, fires in the end zone, batted and incomplete. The Chicago Bears, heavy underdogs, will have come into Lambeau Field on a night that Brett Favre gets his number retired and pulled off a pretty stunning upset.
Lomax going to work to Green. Good throw. Green has it. Walls chasing, but he won't catch.
It's concern in the camp of Dallas. Staubach to throw. Going deep. Drew Pearson is open. Touchdown!
Now, of course, with Green Bay, and still one of the best. Rivers. Ball's loose. It's going to be a Viking touchdown. That was a fumble, not a muff.
And here is Williams, who's going to run it out from 8 deep. Out to the 20. And the ball is out and recovered. It is recovered by the Raiders. And it's Jenkins to the end zone for the touchdown. Just signed this week.
Here's the kick. Got 7 yards in. Joe McKnight. And McKnight will lose the ball again. It goes right into Edelman's hands. And Edelman goes in for a touchdown. And the Jets have turned the ball over 4 times.
These are some of the most bizarre plays you'll ever see.
3rd and 7. They back off the blitz. Backwards throw is intercepted. It is picked up by Darius Slay. From 40, the kick is good, and the Rams take it here, 16-13.
In parachuting with former President Bush, 41 as they direct snap it here to Choice, and Choice is taken off. To Shard Choice. Asamoah catches him at the 10. The Cowboys come out with a little wildcat version of their own and take it 66 yards.
The final crushing blow occurred when Alan Page tipped a pass and Jim Marshall intercepted. Page, attempting to block for Marshall, wound up scoring himself as the Vikings swept their 10th straight and their 2nd straight Central Division championship.
Payton jukes to the left side, and Walter Payton could be gone. Cuts back inside. Payton still on his feet, finally taken down by Michael Downs.
Sanders. Oh, what a move! Touchdown!
Quick drop, lobs the end zone. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Deion Sanders.
It's gone.
Marino going to throw. It is intercepted by Deion Sanders.
Oh, he says, kiss me, coach.
3rd down and 6, right up the gut. That is Gibson, and he is gone. 3rd of the ball game for the rookie Antonio Gibson.
The last time they play against each other.
Inside 8 minutes. Prescott on the run, flips it, and he's picked. Prescott trying to cut off the angle for King. King's got a blocker in front, Ingram, and he's going to take it the distance.
Penalty flag on 3rd and 6, and Romo for Owens. What a catch. One of his best of the year as Owens makes a spinning one-handed catch for 33 yards.
And a handoff. No, he bootlegs to the right, wants to throw into the end zone. It's a touchdown. A juggling, tumbling catch, and it's Norgard.
Gannon to the end zone. Caught. What a catch by Chris Penn for a touchdown. 17 yards, a spectacular catch.
Play action. There's the man open. Mike Anderson coughed it up. And was it recovered before he was out? Yes, they rule on the field. It's Newman with his 2nd takeaway of the game.
It's 3rd down and 2. Rodgers to his right finds an open receiver. That's Jones. And Jones is in for the touchdown. James Jones gets his 4th of the season. And now the Packers have opened it up.
Redskins have a chance to kind of knock Dallas out, so to speak.
Prescott throws over the middle. Pass is caught by Cooper. Breaks loose. No flags on the field. Cooper inside the 10. Touchdown.
Thanksgiving Day brought the Los Angeles Rams, and Dallas ran on the rookie legs of Isaac Thomas. Thomas's 89-yard touchdown provided the margin of victory as the Cowboys swept to their 4th straight win, 28-21.
You watch him, he's working against a rookie, Larry Allen. Can't use that left arm.
Garrett back. Chase.
I think Jason Garrett has to know when you have Larry Allen over there trying to block against Reggie White that you better not float that way. You better not roll that way. It's going to be tough enough for Larry Allen. They better give him some help.
But Reggie White put another one of those bull rush moves on Larry Allen.
Now he just takes that right arm and just gets him going straight up in the air.
It's less experienced, I should say. Inexperienced here. Going deep. Throwing for Kaufman. It's picked off by William Graham, who's up and going. Graham hits his own man. Elliott to the left. Hampton again gets the carry, throws it back to Graham. Wide open is at McCaffrey, and McCaffrey is down to the Cowboy 20 to the 19. Low snap, fielded okay. Palmer had a bad hamstring. Gets a chance with this one.
The punter didn't make it down.
So much for the bad hamstring.
Barry Sanders cut back over the middle, got free to the 25, 30s, off to the races, 40, midfield, 40, it's a foot race. Straight ahead, Barry Sanders bumps to the left side of the 10. Barry switches hands to the 5, takes it in, touchdown, Lions!
16,986 total yards. Play action from Hutchinson off his back foot. Galloway, it's there. It's a touchdown, Cowboys. Whoops, that slipped out of his hands. Willie Clay, touchdown
Lions. Sweezum's kickoff. Fielded at the goal line by Jones. Jacoby Jones gets by Sweezum. And taken down at the 27-yard line. Only Cortez Allen stood between Jones and the goal line.
Jacoby Jones there, and Tomlin is essentially on the field here, and you just wonder, he's trying to get out of the way there, but did that force Jacoby Jones to lean back into the tackle by Cortez Allen?
Time again, throwing to the end zone. It is caught and ruled a touchdown. Antonio Bryant. Terrific call on the far side of the field by the official.
3rd down, less than 2. Campbell, first down and more. 50, 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, Houston. Oh, my.
And with 40 seconds to go. 2nd and goal. Make the run, go back to Austin. Weaves his way. Nice move. Touchdown, Dallas.
Into the end zone. The pass is caught for the touchdown, Calvin Johnson.
Green lost a yard.
Look out.
Left. Favre is hit. The ball's loose. Touchdown. Touchdown, Detroit. Packers fire against Batch. Ball is loose. About 5 people had a shot at it.
If the Packers get it, it's a touchdown.
If the Lions get it,
it's a safety. There's going to be some Packer points either way. It's a safety. Lions got it.
Eckler's been big in the passing game the last few weeks. Looking the other way, though, the pass. Back to Allen, and no Cowboys able to stand up as Allen weaves past them all for the touchdown. What an effort by Keenan Allen.
Stafford, pass is caught. That's Ogletree for the touchdown. A one-handed touchdown catch for Kevin Ogletree.
It's at the bare 40. Mitchell gives to Sanders, and Sanders has got some room to operate. Barry Sanders inside the 10, touchdown.
Unbelievable.
Can he accelerate?
Look at the moves and the vision. Look at the vision. I mean, he sees everything. And then right here, he switches the ball in the midst of all that, and his eyes are looking. Look, he's looking right, he's looking left, he's feeling everything, and then right at the end here, he puts on a little burst, a little explosion. That's a pretty good mixture.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, he just took his guy and knocked him right to the outside, and that made a big hole there for Barry Sanders.
Sanders again. Shakes another. Barry Sanders touchdown, his second of the day.
Barry Sanders is the most respected player in the National Football League. Right? I mean, guys just miss him, but I mean, he sees everything. He knows what everyone's doing. He had a straight arm there on Marty Carter, and watch how he waits there. There's patience. He waits to get a block, let his blockers for him, and then take it into the end zone.
34-20, the Lions lead, and here's Sanders again. Sanders will score his third of the day. He is absolutely amazing.
Second down and 5. Fake to Hill. Going to, is he hit? Fumbles. Darren Smith could go all the way. Smith has one man to beat. Tim Gronard gets caught from behind inside the 10.
DeLong on the move in the backfield, a handoff to Horde. That can take a little steam out of an offensive unit as Leroy Horde down the sideline is going to get into the end zone, and what a run by Leroy Horde. That's 2 weeks in a row he's done almost the same thing.
Dez against Josh at the bottom of the screen, and Prescott steps through and fires. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Terrence Williams.
Prescott gets out. We'll see his feet were in. It looked good from here. Wow, that's a touchdown. That was a dart.
Got it away, and he got off a dandy. Stanley at his own 20. He's had a big day. Reverses his field, gets the block, and he's got some room. One man left. It's Arnold. He's gone. He's gone.
Return and a 41-yard pass play to Roy Williams. Hitting with time, lobs it to the end zone for the touchdown. To Dan Campbell. Left alone in the back of the end zone.
Steve Spurrier was walled in behind Cass Banaszak and Randy Weissler, throwing the bullet, threading the needle unhindered.
Who will call it from Pittsburgh? Number 36, heads, tails, tails, heads. Call it plays in the air. Heads is the call. He said heads, it is a tails.
Oh, I believe he said tails.
He did.
You want to take the ball?
Look at Jerome Bettis. He's what's going on?
You're changing the head. Which way you want to go?
Oh, man.
Detroit has won the toss. We'll receive.
Jerome Bettis said tails. Oh, my. Hanson for the game. The Lions win it 19-16. Dallas team. How about the rollout to the right? Romo finds Witten, who makes a one-handed catch. And what a way for Jason Witten to get to 400 career receptions.
And knock the ball out.
Mitchell. Perryman, touchdown.
Orton with time for Brandon Marshall. What a catch by Marshall.
Watch this. That's as beautiful a catch as you're going to see.
Orton on a 1st and 10. For Marshall. What a catch again by Brandon Marshall.
And look, that's not bad coverage. Like Deion said, he's a nightmare to have to cover.
I'm going to wear my turkey.
Makes perfect sense.
Well, that old thing.
Here's Pollard.
Oh, look at Pollard. Turn it on. Carlson, he gets past him. Look at Pollard taking it for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness.
One lone setback. Two wide receivers. Dorsett behind Donovan. Dorsett, gone. Gone. And great footwork, too. This is Emmitt Smith. Emmitt off to the races.
Now 2nd and 20. Sanchez got a man wide open. First down, Maclin. And Jeremy Maclin into Dallas territory. Stays on his feet inside the 30. And Maclin with a first down for Philadelphia.
A pump and go. Irving, touchdown. What a catch. Irving loves Irvin.
Mike Orban using that left hand to keep the defender away. Gets his right hand on it. What a catch.
Vick out of the shotgun. A lot of room. Vick looking for the first down, has it and more down inside the 10.
To deny it, Sam. Kramer goes the other way.
Herman Moore. And Moore will score.
Gonna throw this side. Intercepted. Bryant Westbrook down the sideline. Gets the block on Bledsoe, and he's gonna go.
Oh, that was so reminiscent of Lawrence Taylor taking one back.
Danielson looking outside. He throws. Picked off by Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor down the sideline. Don't think he can't run. Lawrence Taylor's going to go and burn them all. 97-yard touchdown interception by Lawrence Taylor. First down, Lions. Here comes the rush by Taylor. And you talk about strong. You talk about athletic ability. Look at that.
Warner again. Fitzgerald, touchdown Arizona. There's the strength and athleticism of Larry Fitzgerald.
This is the longest touchdown run from scrimmage in the NFL in 1965. Amos Marsh cuts over left end and rambles 62 yards for a score. The Lions move ahead of the league-leading Colts 21-10 at the half.
Rodgers sets up a screen. And leaping into the end zone for the touchdown is Donald Lee. First touchdown of the season for Donald Lee, and with the extra point coming, the Packers are on the scoreboard.
Flustered. They may not get it done, but they're good presence of mind here.
Kelly, open field ahead, and Kelly scores.
First snap inside the 20. Allen, open field, inside the 10. And he goes all the way for the touchdown.
Walter Payton again, and breaks into the Lions secondary. Another first down, still going, still fighting inside the 30 to the 28. Just become the 7th player in NFL history to reach 8,000 yards.
Let's throw Chris Johnson.
Dallas's third play that went for over 25 yards as Felix Jones takes off into the secondary. Chris Johnson makes a play. No! Touchdown, Dallas.
First down, Detroit. The handoff is to Sanders. And look out. Barry Sanders fumble. And the Vikings recovered in the end zone.
Let's come in from behind. You see, they don't even try right there to tackle. They're trying for the strip all the way. See, not to tackle. Tried to strip the first time. Tried to strip the second time, and finally got it on the third time.
One-on-one up top with Logan Thomas.
Here is a pick. Jalen Smith back the other way. One man to beat, McKissick. And now brought down by McLaurin from behind. First and goal, Dallas on a pick by Jalen Smith.
If there's ever an incredible
NFL example of 15 minutes of fame. It's Clint Longley's.
Every man has to have his day, and Clint Longley had his on Thanksgiving.
Clint Longley took over, a rookie from Abilene Christian with no previous professional experience.
And this little-known quarterback started throwing bombs.
As for Clint Longley, even if he never completes another pass, they'll always remember the one he threw on Thanksgiving Day, 1974.
Plummer lobbing for Alexander. Touchdown Denver.
Moore under center, 3rd and 10. Back and sets. Time deep middle. Diving catch. What a catch by Bess at the 35-yard line. What a leaping, grabbing thing of beauty.
Big play here for the Browns. Handoff to Redden off the shotgun up the middle inside the 30. Barry Redden to the 25, to the 20, to the 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. A shocking experience for the Lions.
Here's a first down throw. First down throw, and it's caught, plucked out of the air by Tyrell Williams.
Oh, a pitch back to Craig. Who's looking for Herman Moore. Touchdown! Oh, my! Herman Moore's 10th touchdown of the season. And as you said, Bob Trumpy, Fonts was going to pull out all the stops. There's nothing to lose today.
12 pressures last week on Patrick Mahomes. Here's a first down pass play down the middle to go, and it's there. That's Deshaun Jackson tiptoeing for the touchdown.
And a turducken.
The pass is good to Crowell and Jermaine Crowell.
Cobb hit his last 8 passes before that one, and here they go with Forsett. He didn't think he was down, and he's still going, and the officials are acting like it's still a live play. Forsett taking it all the way, and still no signal that he was down. Is there any way he's down? Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down.
Yes, he is down.
But the play is not reviewable. Touchdown.
81 yards.
He's on the sideline. 3rd and 1. And Hill will run
That's
for
a touchdown. They're
all
not
of
going to
it.
catch him.
Taysom Hill touchdown.
Forsett now has some room, and only he can do that.
And he's run 2 of them back this year. 3rd and 6. Romo from the pocket. He is picked off. It's intercepted by Kurt Coleman. And Coleman breaks the tackle. He's at the 10. Gets around Witten, and he's going to find the end zone. Carolina, 59 seconds into the game, is on the board. So far, McFadden has 7 carries for 5 yards. 2nd and 13. Romo, pocket seal, able to throw it. He's intercepted by Kuechly. Kuechly inside the 20 to the 10 and to the end zone for another Panther defensive touchdown.
Of course, now we see the speed. What an athlete, what a player.
Pugh spent the whole night in the Redskins' backfield and accounted for 9 Cowboy points on 1 safety and a deflected pass that Larry Cole turned into a touchdown. All in all, it was a big night for defense in Dallas.
A big draw play to Musso. Avellini going deep. He's got somebody. He's got a touchdown. Bo Ratter.
He'll be gaining. I mean, you'd need a calculator to count them up.
Here's Culpepper. Steps away. Firing deep for Moss. And Moss may have come up with it. He did catch it.
That's amazing. They had 3 guys on him, too.
Yep.
Look at this. There's 3 Cowboys there. 1 short, 1 on him, and 1 deep. Although they're all kind of frozen. And see, he just waited for the ball. More guys get close to the ball and don't do anything. I mean, they get caught up in Randy Moss, and they let him just catch the ball. And you remember you got Chris Carter and Randy Moss.
And you got to keep him happy. Here's Culpepper. Sitting back to throw in the end zone. Moss, touchdown.
Look at those hands. He just catches that with his fingertips.
Yep. Culpepper looking and throwing as far as he can throw, it looks like. And the pass is caught by Moss. Touchdown. He is absolutely amazing.
where Felipe Sparks was right there. Everyone is right there with Randy Moss. And somehow they just get mesmerized.
It's second down. We'll call it 7. And taken off. Look at this run by Morris. Into the secondary and stiff arms Bryant before he's ridden down by Terrence Holt.
Deep. Let it fly.
There's Amon Green.
Oh, he got one here.
Yep. He's in. Touchdown Green. That's Ellis. Touchdown Packers.
Third and a long 2. He's got the time to go long. He's got a wide open Deion Branch. Smith, can he stop it? A touchdown this time, or is he going to be beat for the 3rd time? He's beaten again. Branch with the touchdown.
Aikman to throw it. And he goes deep, and he's got a man. Michael Irvin has got it. And Michael wrestles it inside the 30. So about the 27, there's a flag on the play. There might be a face mask at the end of it.
First catch by Adams, no catches today by Lely. And they run it in an open hole. It's Dane, and he shakes free. Newman's the only Cowboy who can stop him. And he rides him down at the 6.
The load force.
24 yards for the win. Kick by Elam. It is good. Denver wins it.
They pick up Gogenius on the blitz. The throw to the tight end, Ron Hall. Caught it right off the helmet of Henry Jones. The ball and Jones' helmet in the hands of Hall all together at the same time.
Back in the contest. Lewis in motion. Hand off to Nelson. And Darren Nelson. Touchdown, and that's it. 7:09 left in overtime. Darren Nelson pops it 24 yards.
Sanders pinwheels into the end zone.
And an inside handoff out of a spread formation. 2nd and goal. And that is incomplete. And Sanchez, he's going to take it himself, and he gets knocked down at the 1-yard line. Come up with a heavy formation on 4th and goal. And give it to Green, and he won't get it. And that spikes again. And a goal line stand for the Patriots.
First down. A pump fake to Merkins. Pass to Rini, wide open. Renfro at the 20. He got a block from the official and goes in for a touchdown. Renfro used the official as a screen and scores. Fake to Campbell. Plenty of time. Burrow. Touchdown. Ken Burrow.
Garrett going deep for Urban. Flag on the play, but a touchdown Dallas. Michael Irvin.
He has been hitting the receivers at a very high rate.
On 3rd down, they run it with ease. They've got the first down with Johnson into the secondary, and goodbye. Touchdown, Tennessee. Austin or Romo or Ratliff or Gradkowski. Cowboys with Romo ducking and throwing. He's got Witten. Witten inside the 30. Going to cut back to the inside or outside, and he's down at the 8.
Calvin Johnson across from the rookie row. That's where Stafford goes. He's got it for the touchdown. End zone. Touchdown, Calvin Johnson. Johnson is there for the touchdown. Number 3 on the day for Calvin Johnson.
Marino in the gun. The blitz is on. Throws it over the middle. Intercepted. It's Dexter Coakley at the 35. Coming left. The defense will make a play. Touchdown, Dexter Coakley.
Orton 6 of 9 for 84 yards. No Sean Moreno. Nifty running, and he'll get 11 and a first down.
With Dallas reeling, number 64, Dave Wilcox, unleashed the 49er Lightning and came crashing down on Craig Morton, who went one way while Skip Vanderbunt and the ball went all the way.
Good luck. Good protection this time. He's got an open man, Roddy White at the 20. Touchdown Falcons.
For Epps. Touchdown. What a catch by Philip Epps. Bobby Watkins out there with him.
He was right there. Randy Wright, again, like Danielson had earlier, threw that ball the only place you could throw it.
The shots at the end zone.
Allen. Intercepted. Quan Alexander. The pressure got to Allen, and he is intercepted again.
Bob Greasy buried St. Louis under an avalanche of 6 touchdown passes, 3 to unstoppable Nat Moore. Miami rolled up team records of 34 first downs, 503 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 55 points.
Greasy sprints back, going deep. He's in the open. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Cousins for Reed. Downfield. Pass is caught. And a flag is thrown. What a catch. One-handed.
Dorsett and Newsom. The backs and White goes right to work to throw. He does. Has Cosby. Spectacular catch by Doug Cosby.
Made a heck of a one-handed catch.
Marcus. 40. 45. Got a blocker in front. And Allen inside the Detroit 30. Allen waits. Marcus has it. Marcus has his 111th touchdown in a great career. He passes Walter Payton. He says he'll hold on to it for a while because he knows Emmitt Smith is breathing right behind.
Look, and here comes the bench is clearing for Marcus. They're all out there that congratulate him.
Take what they give you, but be aggressive.
From the 32, 2nd and 9. Down the field they go, and it is a touchdown to Dalton Schultz. Very underrated tight end.
This one down the sideline. Flags are thrown. Catch is made. Touchdown. What a catch. Marvin Jones Jr. Koo is back for take 2. See if he gets a bounce. He did. Lulikon caught it on the bounce. So here's Koo looking for the bounce again. He got it again. It's on the ground. Who's got it? Oh my goodness. Did they get another one? Are you kidding me? Did they get another one?
Yes, they did.
They did. Oh my turkey leg. Down the orange line from top to bottom on your screen. Over the middle. Pass is complete. And now it's ruled an interception. Rob Fredrickson.
Look, Rob Fredrickson has it. Then they hit the ground. And when they do, Mark Bruner pulls it away. Boom, you can see it's in the chest of Rob Fredrickson. Mark Bruner wins the battle down on the ground, though. He has possession, the ball. He has it. And now you see it pulled away.
Yard line. Morangi to OJ. OJ running to the left, turns the corner at the 30. OJ at the 25, the 20, and falls ahead of the 15. That does it. He broke the record. OJ now swings over to the left. A delayed OJ up the middle to the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Good play. I tell you, they're behind on the scoreboard, but you get the feeling they've won something here today. Yeah.
When you have a guy like Anthony Carter, you can throw into double team. And that was a great catch. I mean, that was a throw that where only Carter could get it.
Aikman to Novacek. Defender fell, and Novacek, a former decathlete, hurdles his way into the end zone.
Out of the shotgun, here comes the Cardinal pitch. They go in the corner. Touchdown, Butch Johnson took it away.
A little early, but not detected.
There's that screen. Sanders. Plenty of running room. 40. 30. Barry Sanders is still on his feet to the 9. And he's only 18 away from 1,000. Oh, what a move!
Gash is in great position. He steps too far.
and it's over. Another flag here in the late going. Here's Sanders, draw, ran right around Bubba Baker.
They can make a first without scoring. Here's the toss back to Springs. Springs heading for the corner. Touchdown.
And again, it's a deep ball. It's Marshall, and Marshall has the catch and the touchdown. What a catch by Brandon Marshall.
Stafford out of the shotgun. Throws, and he's intercepted. That's Woodson, his second of the day. Stafford won't get him. Touchdown, Packers.
Right around the point.
Hill gets another carry. Greg Hill gets it outside around the corner, and he's going to score.
For the next 3.5 periods, the Detroit Lions slowly, methodically, and amazingly turned the game and their season right around.
Beuerlein under center facing a blitz. He stands, he throws it right. Irvin crossing pattern, caught it. Might go 45, 40, 30 to the 20. A man to beat. Woodson will get him at the 10. Irvin breaks free. Michael Irvin scores. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown, Irvin.
This is way too easy for the Cowboys.
This time. Right up the middle, and off is Stanley. Headed for the end zone and still headed in that direction. Down at about the 5.
So I wouldn't get caught by Mom.
Oh,
Jake, and now to Herman Moore. Oh, just like suction cups.
Here comes the pressure again. Ryan.
No time.
The game shut down by Cameron Jordan, who's had a standout performance. A 4-sack Thanksgiving night that will take New Orleans to the NFC South title.
Be able to pick up those kinds of yards when they're available. Here's McCoy. He's got a first down. LaShawn McCoy is gone for the touchdown. No flags.
Aikman over center, drops to throw. He looks, fires out on the left flat, caught out of the backfield. It's Bjorkman across the 40, and he fumbled the ball, picked up by the Oilers, and they might get a touchdown. Down the far side, and in for the score is Robertson.
And they reverse it with Austin carrying it. Williams out in front, blocking, and Miles Austin. There are no flags. Jones delivers the block. Touchdown.
Gannon under pressure, fumbles the ball. Free ball toward the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Touchdown, Detroit.
But no momentum for Dallas. Romo flushed, finds Bryant. Instant momentum. Down the sideline. There are no flags. Touchdown, Dallas. Bad snap. Romo for Bryant. He's got it for the touchdown.
That's good coverage by Josh Wilson, and just a great play on the ball by Des Bryant.
From the 11, toss Bernard sweeping left, got some room, makes a great move and runs through a tackle by Deron Cherry.
Had just 185 yards against Carolina. They put up 7. Oh, it's JJ who pulls it down and takes it home. My goodness, he makes another huge play on Thanksgiving.
Monster play for this team.
He just leaps into the air and pulls it down and has a touchdown on Thanksgiving.
Bears and Pack. Here's a play made by the defense for the touchdown. Montez Sweat.
Better get used to hearing his name. He's going to be one of the greats in the NFL.
Doug Peterson to hold. Blocked. The Cowboys will win.
Wait a minute. Someone touches the football here. Watch what happens.
It's Leon Lett. No!
Oh, Lett, who is haunted by a Super Bowl misplay. 19 yards. He makes it. Miami goes home with a miracle win. The Dolphins pull it out. 16-14.